So state ethics investigation into Miami Mayor Francis Suarez dismissed, Florida Commission says. Okay, so let's go through this, and Tom, I'm coming to you first. Here we go. So the ethics investigation into Miami's Mayor Suarez regarding whether he had accepted expensive tickets to high-profile sporting events has been dismissed. The Florida Commission on Ethics dismissed the complaint filed during the summer of 2023 by activist Thomas Kennedy, stating that it had found no probable cause to his complaint. The complaint alleged that Suarez did not file a gift disclosure for his F1 VIP access passes in 2022, as would be required if anyone other than the city or a family member paid for it. Photos from May 2023 event showed Suarez wearing passes that granted access to the Paddock Club on May 5th through 7th. The complaint also stated that the same was true about his trip to Qatar for the World Cup, where he was pictured with soccer legend David Beckham. Beckham, meanwhile, is a registered lobbyist for his Major League Soccer stadium that will be built on city land. Tom, thoughts on this?
So guess what? In the year of investigation, Suarez is what they hate in a big city, a successful conservative that's making a difference. And that's what his leadership as mayor has resulted. He's brought crypto down. He's brought venture capital down. He's brought jobs down. And this was a political activist that was, I'm going to say it, in bed with the Miami Herald. And there was two reporters for the Miami Herald that were publishing these articles, and they were looking for anything, and they drew these two dots together. Both of them are kind of funny. Because Beckham has given certain amount of money to the city, and because he's part of a group that may benefit from city land to build the new soccer stadium, bringing a new stadium to Miami that loves soccer, oh, what a terrible thing. Well, Beckham technically by law had to register as a lobbyist. It's just like in the insurance industry, you have to, you did it, Pat. You had to register your license in each state by law for certain things if you're in a certain position. So the Miami Herald had this thing, he was in Qatar with a lobbyist, and they failed to mention that the lobbyist was actually David Beckham. They were stretching on this, but what they got the Florida Commission to say, okay, hang on, Miami Herald stories here. The Commission on Ethics, we'll dig into it. So they spent a bunch of taxpayer money on this. They dug into it. They looked everywhere. There was also a thing where they were looking into his law firm, because Suarez is a very successful lawyer, and guess what they found? Nothing. And it was dismissed yesterday. CBS News covered it here. And so this is another example of just like things have been dropped on Trump. They were trying to use things and trying to use an investigation to see if they could get one on a very strong Republican mayor in a blue city that the Democrats covet. They covet Miami. They hate the fact that Dade County has turned slightly more conservative. They hate the fact that DeSantis carried Dade County, first Republican governor to do so since Christ descended or something. And it was amazing. And so this is basically vindication for a conservative leader who had a ticky-tack thing that they tried to turn into an ethics investigation. So, Mayor Suarez, thank you for your leadership. The critics are wrong again. Alicante Suarez, gracias por su liderazgo. Los críticos están incorrectos otra vez.
Oh, I don't even. Someone want to fact check Tom right there.
Tom, you just called me a donkey guy.
I thank Mayor Suarez for his leadership and said the critics are wrong in Spanish, or I ordered a margarita.
I think it's the latter.
You know what I love when Tom does that with Melva?
Yeah.
Melva afterwards says, I don't know why this gringo does that. Yeah. I don't have any clue what he's saying.
She's like, he ordered food.
Yeah.
Well,
but she loves you, Tom. Go ahead.
Look, I've known Mayor Suarez. I'm born and raised in Miami. I've known Francis Suarez for a decade now. He was actually the first politician that I ever donated to his campaign. I think his original ran in 2016, I want to say. But I remember going to Wynwood and being a part of it. There was like a plaque of all the people that donated, and there I was. I took a picture of it right there. Here's what I could say about Francis Suarez, and I'll read his statement. At the end of the day, he's just a good dude. He's been a great mayor, and what is the most noticeable thing about Francis Suarez, he's just real. He's authentic. And, that's the one thing you constantly hear is that politicians are fake and they're fabricated and they say one thing and then behind closed doors they're doing anything. As far as I can tell, and I know PBD, you've spent a good amount of time with him as well. He's helped us out with that thing recently. he's just real. You say what you know. What you see is what you get, and he's been great. And I'll read his tweet. It said, "Today's bipartisan and unanimous exoneration provides irrefutable proof that the vicious and politically motivated attacks on Mayor Francis Suarez's character are completely inaccurate and without merit. This malicious complaint was made by Democratic activists with no evidence besides inaccurate news stories published by the Miami Herald and represents a significant reprimand of their reporting. Instead of letting this political matter distract him, Mayor Suarez remains committed to the people of Miami, where his leadership has helped produce the lowest unemployment, lowest taxes, and lowest homicide rates in Miami history." So shout out to him. You know, he ran for president. He was the first, I think, candidate to drop out. And I think there's going to be
you always got to love
governorship in his future.
I love a dude that doesn't play a dude disguised as another dude.
I love that.
You got to
My
respect the fact
I respect that a lot.
kind of being himself.
I respect
But no, I saw him the other day prior to the fight, and if you're watching this, Francis, best looking mayor in town,
Stud.
and his hair is absolutely sick right now. You know, if you look
he
at
said
his
he
hair,
had motivation by somebody.
he
I don't know
said he
who
had
it was.
motivation behind somebody, but his hair looks money. His hair looks so good.
Look at that, dude.
His hair looks like a freaking.
He did a new haircut.
No, he's got a new do, and it looks
Inspired
sick.
by who, though, Pete?
I have no idea. His hair looks phenomenal. His hair looks
He
phenomenal.
was at the UFC fight.
He was at the UFC
That's
fight.
great.
He's
a good dude.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.